There we go. Oh, can you tell your bow we're playing the watching game? Mm-hmm. Make sure it's hanging towards the ground and still and quiet. Fantastic. Do you want to start with your bow today or with your violin?
Bow.
Okay, so please set down your violin. Okay, and then Meredith, could you help us make some bow holds?
Here, stand up.
I'm gonna play a long piece from book 3, and we're gonna count how many bow hands you can make while I play it. And then you can add them to your chart. Here I go. Okay, we're like 80% through. How many have we done so far?
9.
9. Okay. That was such a turbo one. What's the number, Ramona?
17.
17 whole bow holds? Oh my goodness. That was wonderful. I loved watching you make bow holds while I was playing a piece. I felt
Did
like
you know it? Yesterday, I played to some songs on the Beatles doing bow holds.
nice. I love the Beatles. I had one other idea for today, Ramona. I thought this could be kind of fun. I'm gonna play a piece that you might recognize. It goes like this. Do you recognize that one?
Yes.
Okay, so that's Happy Farmer.
Happy Farm.
And Happy Farmer has this spot where I'm in the middle of my bow and then I bring it back and land it here, which happens to also be the place that you're landing on your shoulder, right? And you'll hear a little bit of space where I do my jump. Do you hear that space? Okay, so whenever you hear a space like that, you're going to be building your bow holds and doing your own thing. But whenever you hear a space like that, will you stick out your tongue? Can you show me your tongue? Okay, I'll stick mine out too, so you don't feel silly. Maybe your mom will even stick out her tongue if she feels like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see how many we can do, but also still do our sticking out our tongue routine.
And you know what? There's so many icicles here.
Yeah, I bet there are. Alright, I'm getting my violin and bow ready. You get ready for your bow hands. Right, you can start whenever I start. Yay! How many do we have now?
8.
8, so 17 plus 8. I think that gets us all the way to 24 for the day. Oh man, you're gonna know for sure that whatever that shape is really soon, because you're gonna finish all your bow hands. How exciting is that? Actually, she can sit down. Ramona, next up we're gonna do our finger shapes. You wanna say sitting for your finger shapes? 1, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cuatro, tres, dos, uno, three. Now keep your thumbs really soft and squishy for these.
You know, uno means 1.
That's what I was thinking, because that's what we say when we do our number 1 shape. Now did y'all work on a different language by any chance? Did you add?
No, we didn't.
Okay, that's okay. Let's do Japanese, and then we'll go on to the next thing. Ichi, ni, san, shi, san, ni, ichi. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, so Ramona, we're going to do a quick listening activity. Let me pull this up. Okay. So you're going to tell me what sorts of instruments you hear playing. Who'd you hear playing?
So I think I heard a violin and some piano.
I heard exactly the same thing. I heard the piano start, and then the violin played, and the piano finished. Did you happen to recognize the rhythm that the violin was playing? Ba 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 bum bum. What does that remind you of? It's something that you know how to play. Let's listen to it again. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I can see.
Mississippi hot dog.
Yes, that's it. Or they could be playing chicken on a fence post. Or they could be playing dirty doggy scrub scrub. Or they could be playing popsicle and pizza. They could be playing any of those. All the same thing. It sounds the same, but the words could be different. Do you know how to play Mississippi hot dog? Oh, well then I think you could play along with these two. You could play along with the violinist and the pianist. So I'm going to do it first. You just watch. I want you to see how it goes. And then you can do it with your mom.
What's that for?
If I don't do this, I get white stuff all over my black shirt. Because I do a lot of bow scrubbing throughout the day. So here I go. And this is the finishing sound. So I'm going to go back to rest position with my bow. Back to the seatbelt spot. Okay. I'd love for you to have the chance to play along with that piano and violin too. This is like you're really making music with other musicians. Could you hop up and try that with your mom? I believe that this is bow hold number 25 for today.
Okay. Do you want me to help drive it, or should she do it on her own?
Yep. If you could do all of them for now, and then I'll have you switch for the next one.
Okay. All right, stand. Make a bow hold.
Okay, so Ramona, when you're ready for me to start the piano, you say the word igloo.
Igloo.
Play. Hey. Wow, was that beautiful? Oh my goodness. I loved seeing that. You made that look so easy and relaxed. Must have been all of your practice. So Ramona, I'd like to give you the chance to do the bowing on your own this time. So your mom's gonna do one warm up for the very first one, Mississippi hot dog, and then she's gonna let you do all of the rest of them. She's only gonna come in on the in-betweens when the piano is playing for some little adjustments. Okay, bow hold number 26. Here we go. All right, Ramona, I'm listening for the magic word.
Igloo.
And that signal means go back back to rest position. And a beautiful bow. Great. Every one of those Mississippi hot dogs is going to start on the bottom tape, the tape closest to the frog.
Oh, we don't have any tape.
Oh, my bad. I just assume sometimes.
What
So,
is-
so on my bow tape's not taped like this right now, but I have a halfway tape
uh-huh.
and then a quarter way tape. And so then you would play in between those two, the quarter way and the halfway.
Okay.
You can use anything for that, like a little piece of, like a sticker with some scotch tape around it would be a good one. Or what I use is car auto detailing tape. It's very rare. Like, you probably won't have that, but anything could work. Even if you just take a rubber band and wrap it around, that'll work too.
Okay.
I want to do a rubber band.
So it's between the quarter and the half
Mm-hmm.
that you're playing that?
Yep. So I have in between the silver clip and the tip, I have a halfway mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you just go halfway again, that's quarter.
Yep.
And then you're playing in that zone.
Okay. And it always starts at the bottom one.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't spell that out before.
That's okay.
There are just some things that always happen when we're in person that I sometimes miss over Zoom.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Great. Now, I have another recording here that I thought might be interesting to Ramona. So, who did you hear playing? Which instruments?
Piano and violin.
Don't want to touch the hair.
Yeah. They're back. And what rhythm did you hear? Ba 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 bum bum.
Mississippi hot dog.
Right, that's it. Okay, now let's listen to what the piano does in between each of the Mississippi hot dogs. Do you hear that sound? Bloop, bloop. That chirpy sort of sound
Yeah.
that the piano's making? Okay, every time you hear that chirpy sound, could you go whoop? Like go up? I'll do it with you. And then that's our rest position signal, right? Okay. So now we're gonna work a little bit on our left hand fingers. Meredith, I'll send you both of these tracks so that you can practice them at home.
Great.
Great. Ramona, will you please stand up? And please pick up your violin. Have I taught you step number 4 in the numbers game? Oh boy, this is such an exciting day. Okay, resting feet first. Resting feet first. Great. And resting hands. Hands go down to the side. Beautiful. Now playing feet. Squishy knees. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Now, here's how number 4 works. You're going to take your violin, which is like this, and you're going to float it up, 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 up until the scroll is actually, oops, I meant to put you this way. The scroll is actually higher than your hand. That's it. Great. And notice that my elbow is actually extended. It's so flat here. There you go. Let's try that again. Go back to number 3. And now 4. Good. Go back to 3. And 4. Great. Let's start back at 1. So feet are in playing position. You've already done your knees. Playing feet. Squishy knees. Good. And number 1, number 2, 3, and then 4. And now what? Yeah, make sure your elbow's out. Good. Notice that my violin's actually higher up than my nose is. It's actually higher than my glasses. Yeah. Okay, and now your mom is going to place your violin, but you're going to keep your hand on the violin shoulder. So you're going to go for a ride with her as she puts it onto your shoulder. Wow. That looks great. And then finally the violin hand wraps around the tummy. Beautiful. Let's practice all of that again. So go back to rest position. Ramona, this time could you be in charge of saying each step? So you would start with resting feet and resting hands.
Resting. Squishy knees. Number 1, number 2,
That's number 3. And then what number comes after that?
4, number.
And then violin hand goes where? Beautiful. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Okay, and then let's do our candy cane song. Swing your arm nice and free, float your hand up easily. Hand so soft, soft, thumb so straight, fingers rounded in a candy cane shape. Beautiful. One more time. Swing your arms nice and free, float your hand up easily.
Hi, Fred.
Hand so soft, soft, thumb so straight, fingers rounded in a candy cane shape. Beautiful. Okay. Now here's an exciting new step for you. We're going to play something called the dumping game. So Meredith, if you can help me with something. We're going to bring Ramona's fingertips over so that they land on the purfling of the violin. That's it. And then her knuckles are almost close enough to just be able to touch the side of the violin. And then the thumb is going to literally float. So it's not going to touch anything. Just floating back here. And if you see that thumb starting to touch, give it a push in, and then that'll make it spring back out. If that happens. But if it doesn't happen, it should just stay floating. Okay, now Meredith, you're going to need to help me. We're going to put some imaginary bananas on top of Ramona's pinky. We're going to put some imaginary broccoli on top of her third finger. We're going to put some imaginary strawberries on top of her second finger. And we're going to put some imaginary peas on top of her first finger. Good. Okay, now Ramona, here's what you're going to do. Without your knuckles coming away from the violin, you're going to dump those bananas right off of your pinky. Good. And now you're going to dump that broccoli off of your third finger. Right. That's going to peel away from the violin and just slip right off your third finger. And now we're going to dump those strawberries. And finally, we're going to dump the peas. Great. Good for you. Okay, now can you tap 1, 2, 3, and 4 all back down on the table. Good, and make sure they're all lined up on that purfling. Sometimes fingers can sneak up here, but we want to keep them close to the purfling. Good, and how's thumb doing? Is thumb floating? Beautiful job, thumb. Okay, so this time Ramona's going to pick what's going on the table. What's food is going to go on your fourth finger?
Strawberry.
Strawberries on fourth finger. Who's on third finger?
Blueberry.
Blueberry. Who's on second finger?
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Who's on first finger?
Carrot.
Carrots. Lovely. Okay, so we need to do our dumping. Let's start with the strawberries. Fourth finger first. Hey, check something, Ramona. Can we make sure that there's space between your arm and your rib cage? There we go. Okay, so dump the strawberries. Great, everybody else is still on there. Now dump the blueberries. Dump the broccoli. Yeah, so is it true that 2, 3, and 4 are all floating?
They should stay floating after you dump them.
Yeah, yeah. They're not going to land back down. And then finally, can we dump off those carrots? Wonderful. Okay, take that violin to rest position. We're going to relax the shoulders a little bit. Can you give them a swirl? And can you move your head back and forth like an owl? Owl stretch. Can you look up like a kitty cat? And look down. Good. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you is how we can match up our song to the dumping game. Do you remember this one? So if I were to do it on my violin with the dumping game, I do it like this. I do all my steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. I'd wrap my violin hand first, and then I deliver it up, and then I do my candy canes. Hi, Fred. And then I'd set them on my shoulder. The fingertips are on the purfling, the knuckles are on the violin, and thumb is floating. And then now we're going to play along with our song. Every time I hear that piano bloop is when I dump one of my fingers. I'm going to go third finger, second finger, first finger, and then I'm going to add it back. 1, 2, 3. Fourth finger unfortunately doesn't get to play in this game.
Why?
Dump. Now, 1, 2, 3. Would you like to try that for our last activity today? Try playing along with the...
Let's do the last activity.
Great. Resting feet. Resting hands first. 1, 2, 3. Whoa, careful. 4. All the way up past your nose. Good for you. And now we come down to earth. Beautiful. And wrap your violin. Good. Can you make sure your tree trunk is standing tall and straight? That's it. Before, your tree trunk was leaning over this way. Swing your arm nice and free. Float your hand up easily. Hey, Fred. Hand so soft, soft thumb so straight. Fingers rounded in a candy cane shape. And then Meredith, you can place that on the violin shoulder. Thumb is floating. Fingertips touch.
I'm floating.
Great. And then fourth finger is already going to dump because fourth finger is not going to
Fourth finger.
All right, what's the magic word?
Igloo.
Here it goes. One, two, three. All right, let's finish with our final bow, Ramona. Find resting feet. Look through the computer for the signal. Resting hands, too. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll see you on Saturday.
Yes. See you Saturday. Bye-bye.
See you Saturday. Bye-bye. Bye.
Hi, Sasha.